recipe is a blender muffin recipe, which means you take all of the ingredients you see here, pop it in your blender, blend it up, and then you pour that right into the muffin tins. So there is no need to get a KitchenAid mixer, hand whisk. It's going to do all the work for you and makes a lot less kitchen cleanup because it's all in the blender. So I'm going to show you how to make a protein frosting recipe. These freeze really great for snacks, breakfast, on-the-go treats, as well as you can use gluten-free oats for making it gluten-free, and then you can sub out an egg with an egg substitute, so the flax combo, and you can make this vegan. So let's go. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is preheat our oven to 350 degrees. This will be a quick recipe, so it'll be preheated by the time we are ready to go. And then we're going to pop everything into our blender. The first thing we're going to add is 2 1/4 cups gluten-free rolled oats. Then we're going to add a 1/2 cup of coconut sugar, 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, and then we're going to add some salt. You can measure this if you'd like. You could do about 1.5 teaspoons. I'm just kind of going to eyeball it. As well as I'm going to add and just kind of eyeball a little bit of, and I'm going to do quite a bit because I like the flavor, but this is homemade vanilla extract. We have a video on our channel. If you haven't already watched it, go check it out. Make vanilla extract at home. Very cheap, very inexpensive. I guess cheap and inexpensive is the same thing. Very cheap and also very easy. Then I'm going to take 1 egg, crack it right into the blender. I'm really looking forward to these for breakfast. They're just going to make a great little treat, especially in the morning when I work. I start work at 5:30, so this is perfect. I'm going to add 6 tablespoons of any nut butter that you want. If you have a nut allergy, you can use sunflower butter. Then you're going to add 1 cup of any type of nut milk of your choice. You could use milk if you wanted to. I'm using coconut milk from a can, but diluted with a little bit of water. So 1 full cup. And then the last ingredient is 1 cup of mashed banana. You could also use sweet potato if you wanted to. I'm going to do banana because I think banana and chocolate is a great combo. And just pop that right in there. Alright, so I just blended this up. It's a very, very easy blend. And the next step that you're going to do is you're going to grab your muffin tin. And I use these baking cups. I think they're a lot easier, especially if you're freezing them. They kind of stay all together, as well as they just make it a lot easier with the pan cleanup after. But a tip that I learned, I'll be right back, is rice. So this kind of seems a little weird. If you take a little bit of rice and put them in the bottom of each cup, this is a tip that I learned fairly recently, where now when you take the baking cup and you pop it on, any of the oils that would have made this kind of soggy and moist, and there's the oven. I told you we'd be almost there. So instead of this being coated with oil and moisture, especially with the bananas and the nut butter, there are some natural oils in there. The rice will actually soak it up so that it doesn't actually soak up the bottom of the pan, and it just kind of pulls the oil away, so it's not just sitting and cooking in oil. So now I'm going to fill up these. I'm not sure how many muffins this will make exactly, so I'm just going to fill up these for right now. Now that the oven is preheated, I'm going to add these sweet little girls into the oven for about 20-30 minutes. So I'm going to set a timer for 25 minutes and check them then. Alright, so when that is going on, I have protein powder. This is chocolate whey protein from Garden of Life, and this is just melted coconut oil. I'm going to take a little bit of this protein powder, and this is going to be the frosting. So I'm going to just mix a little bit of the protein powder. Not too much because I want to get it to the right consistency. I just mix this together just to get a nice little glaze. I am going to add a little bit of honey to sweeten it. My husband said that if you don't want to do protein powder, he thought cocoa powder would be a good substitute, which I agree. Protein is just going to make it a little bit more of a healthy muffin, but cocoa powder is still really good for you as well. So I'm just going to get this. I'm going to add a little bit more to get a little bit, just enough to make it like a little bit of a frosting. Alright, so my plan for today's recipe was to make a protein frosting. So I added coconut oil with protein powder and honey, and I would not eat this. I tasted a little bit of it and it's super grainy, it's not good. So we're gonna scrap this. I'm gonna show you a better husband approved frosting, because this, it kind of looks like concrete. Like I feel like I could pave. Don't eat this. But I just spit it out. Okay, so instead we're gonna do some coconut oil. And we're gonna get this consistency a little bit lighter and a little bit smoother, because it will be more like a drizzle. So I'm going to add a little bit of cocoa powder and then just mix it till you get a nice little, much better. Look at the difference of this. Actually looks semi-enjoyable. Just kidding, very enjoyable. Promotion. So this is the cocoa powder with coconut oil, and it's a lot more liquidy. It'll be a nice little drizzle. This was very gross, very thick. I mean, I could have made it a little bit thinner, but it's just very, you can kind of see right here, it's very chunky and very grainy. So I wouldn't recommend this. This is gonna be much better, still healthy, and just gonna be a lot better texture. We have our blender muffins with a little drizzle on top. So good, so easy. And they didn't fill all the way up to the top, so you could make less muffins but larger ones. But I like these size. These will freeze really easily. I love my stasher bag. You can pop these in right into the stasher bag, pop it closed, pop it in the freezer. This is a freezer friendly bag, good for the environment, so love these. So really easy to freeze, really great for the mornings. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe bar down below, like this video, and stay tuned for more videos coming up. See ya.